The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Right now, switch your family to T-Mobile and get 4 lines for $25 a line with AutoPay and 5G access included on America's largest 5G network. So don't wait. Get unlimited and nationwide 5G access for the whole family for just $25 a line. Visit a T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com today.
Plus taxes and fees. Customers may notice lower speeds and further reduction if using over 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video at 480p. Unlimited while on our network. Qualifying credit and 4+ lines required. Capable device required for 5G. Coverage not available in some areas. Some uses may require certain features. See T-Mobile.com.
I'm on. I'm on.
Wipe me down.
I'm on.
Wipe me down.
I'm on.
Wipe me down. Wipe me down. Wipe me down. Shoulders, pants, chest,
shoes, shoulders,
pants. Welcome back to another episode of Jade and XD, the show you love to hate. You know I'm running with this.
I don't know why, and I wish you would stop.
All right,
but
I'll leave it alone.
Anyway, hey everybody.
Wagwan, what's happening?
Shit, man. A bunch of shit. How are you?
I'm good. I had a good week, you know.
Did you? What'd you do?
I had a good
I haven't talked to you
weekend.
all week either.
I know. I think today's the first day we talked in a minute.
Yeah.
Crystal
So this
and
is all organic, guys.
Yeah, because we legitimately haven't spoken.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. Crystal and I took Noah to the American Girls store.
Oh.
She had an entire experience. She had lunch. She got a doll.
She got Addie or the other one?
Nah, she got Kendall, which is a little black baby, of course.
Well, I only knew of Addie.
Addie is like OG American dolls.
Yeah,
like they
yeah.
call them Be Forever or something like that. They've archived a good amount of the white ones, but they won't archive Addie because they know better than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they
don't
have
want
like
the
a
blacks to
whole
attack.
rack of new white ones and a few blacks.
I'm good on that.
So she got a black doll. She got her hair done. The doll.
Oh.
Lunch. She got an American dog.
Don't they have good food at the joint?
Crystal and I had a blue cheese burger with fries and like 3 bellinis and mimosas each.
Yeah,
so,
it's really good.
Yeah, it was good. So that was nice. We took her to she had a nice little weekend. So and then I just worked. Stuff you got to do.
Yeah, necessary shit.
We talked about being necessary.
Yeah.
How was your week?
My week was really, really dope-tacular.
Oh, hold on. I got to do something that everybody hates.
Okay. My shit was good. Like, I realized that, maybe this might be a little preachy, but, IDGAF. God's been really moving in my life. You know what I mean? Like, I asked him for things, or I asked the Lord, because God probably is a woman. Well, I don't know, because I don't think a woman would fuck shit up this way. But,
God is not responsible for that.
You're right. It is nothing but the devil. But, I asked God to remove all the stresses away from my life because I was literally dying, a few months ago.
Yeah.
Like, I was unhappy. You could hear it in my voice. You could hear it in, like how I interacted with people. Like, now it's complete 180. Like, bitches is happy.
You are.
I go to lunch with my coworkers. But yeah, things have been good. Like, I'm super good. I have something special coming, which is super dope.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
I do know.
Yeah. But the one thing that's really bothered me, and I think I'm just going to get out the way. I said we're planning the show, but I just really, I've said I've been stress free, and I haven't been angry at anything at all except one thing, and I really, and this may affect you all because you might understand my struggle and you might happen to like apply it to where you happen to be in life. But you know how like I hate NDRE,
Yes.
and how I hate like Azalea Banks more.
Yeah.
So I have found something that I hate worse than a million of those.
Okay.
The MTA.
Oh, everybody hates the MTA.
So MTA is our transit system here in New York, and I was literally, so you know, it's been like asshole hot, like in New York, like on some like all lives matter shit. Like it's been really like, like who you calling a bitch hot? You know what I mean?
Impressive.
And so I literally got on 2 different train lines, the J and the 5, going to the Bronx, which is already 10 degrees hotter than hell anyway. Because the Bronx is, whatever.
They had the heat on.
Yes.
Yeah, somebody else said that.
What the fucking fuck? Like, I'm literally, like, and mind you, I plan my trips to be like, I can't wait. Like, it's rush hour, so I can't wait for another thing. Like, my job is contingent upon me being on time for things, right? And I'm like, the fuck, like, literally dying, like, almost about to pass out. So I was late because I got off on a train on the 5 because I just couldn't take it anymore.
Yeah.
And then I wait for another train, and there was no air on. And I'm like, there's no rhyme or reason of why I pay almost $3 fucking dollars.
$3. You pay $3
for this, like $170, almost $120 a month to get on this. Do you not know what I could do with $120? Like, a lot of fucking shit, you know what I mean? And then like, and then I just, everything just started like coming to my head and like saying like, this is really stupid fucking aggravating me. Like how they have those like no trash signs, how like, oh, we removed the trash because it promotes rodents. And then they have another stupid fucking passive aggressive sign that says, don't litter, it causes track fires. Then where the fuck do you want me to put my fucking garbage?
You didn't throw your garbage on the tracks, did you?
I never do.
Okay, thank you.
No, because that feeds rats, and you know, no, I'm not trying to do that. But like, and then I thought about all the other shit, like how like the buses don't run frequently in poor neighborhoods, especially at night when the vast majority of the population who work nights live in poor neighborhoods. So therefore, you prevent niggas from going to work. Excuse me.
No, I mean,
but shit is always Gucci on motherfucking 86th Street, unless if it's some like, you know, Nilla woman crime, like someone got their purse snatched, and it's like, oh, it's a situation at 86th Street on the 5-6 line, or on the 2 and the 3 at 96th Street, and you know they got to shut shit down. But the 2 and the 5 is always down in Flatbush and the motherfucking South Bronx.
Yep.
Every day. Well, listen, it's been that way for the last 12 years I've lived here.
That's the world we live in. We see that. They don't care about niggas.
Like, I am so... And then I get so annoyed because I'm like... Then I realize that MTA is not a government organization. It's a privately owned company.
So they just out here just not caring.
Giving a flying fuck. Like, it's quasi-gubernatorial. But, or governmental, excuse me, but I just, fuck them. Like, they really, like, pissed me off. And every day, like, you know, I love getting up now. Like I said, I'm happy, you know, a nigga done, like, rededicated his life to Christ and shit. Like, you know what I mean? I read my devotional, but as soon as I swipe that raggedy-ass card, I'm in instant, like I feel like a bad weave. Like, you know what I mean? Like my attitude be on perm burn. Like, just awful.
Let me tell you
for
something.
The 20 minutes that I have to trek my ass to Times Square.
If they raise the fare again next year,
this shit has increased 4% like every year.
I am going to draw an RBG flag on every seat that I sit in.
Yeah.
Until you niggas do what you're supposed to do for the general humanity. Don't put the heat on in the summertime. It's 96 degrees outside.
Why
They wonder
is
why
it-
niggas are mad.
Yeah.
They wonder why. Niggas do wild shit when they're hot.
Yeah.
When they're hot and when they got brown liquor in their system. Like, just turn the air on.
Yeah. Like, why is the heat on?
And I don't know which one of you niggas thought that it was funny to turn the heat on in the summertime, but that was a bad prank.
And even so, like, that's bad health-wise. Like, people could, like, pass out and get sick.
First of all...
And then you have the motherfuckers who are sick passengers, which really should go on your fucking credit report if we're really being honest here.
If you feel like you have to throw up,
Get off.
don't get on the train, period.
Right.
Don't do it. Stay wherever you're at. Go to a bathroom. Do it on the street. Don't do it on the street.
Because the train has to sit there until fucking EMS comes. And, you know, the world is, like, calling on 911 anyway. So they take forever. And the train can't move. So therefore, like, you're holding up motherfuckers. Like, I said this on Twitter, for example. The Astor Place station on the 6th train sees 164 strap hangers every day. 164,000 strap hangers every day. You want to feel faint and shit because you had a little too many martinis the night before.
And you
gotta
decide that you're going to get on the train.
And get sick. The whole train motherfucking shuts down. And so you're holding 164,999 niggas up.
Oh, man. I hate niggas. I hate humans.
But anyway, a bitch is peaceful. Yeah, I had a good weekend.
Good.
I went to a Q barbecue.
Oh.
Yeah.
They stroll?
Yeah, there was that. There was a lot of, like, air humping and like tongue stuff in the air.
A lot of
hooks being thrown.
Yeah.
I had some Q oil, so let me explain something to you. You've been to college, so you know, and you've been to Greek parties, I'm sure. So you know, okay, so I'm just gonna take that as a, yeah, girl, I have. So.
Okay.
Yeah. So, you know, each fraternity in, you know, the National Panhellenic Council has their own, like, signature cocktail. Oh, this is up your alley. So, I happen to have Q oil. Now, back in the day, all the Greek parties I used to go to were at Yale because that's where all my people were. So, the last Q party I went to, they gave me Q oil. Now, Q oil is this cocktail.
I don't even like how that sounds.
Yeah, right. It tastes like grape drink. Not juice. Grape drink.
I want that purple stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm the type of person, if I know there's alcohol in it, I'll slow down drinking it, like, because I'll, like, feel in the back of my throat. It dries it out a little bit, but, like, I'll drink it. It's fine. This shit, you don't taste a damn thing.
First of all, why is oil in the name of a drink?
Because of the lamp. I don't know, something with their process or their organization. I don't care. So the last time I had it, I don't remember much. I was also 20 years old, so I was allowed to do those things. This time I had a cup of Q oil.
That sounds like a bad idea.
Twas.
Okay.
I had a Chris Christie ass headache.
It was probably, were you drinking Devil Springs?
I don't know what's in it. They won't tell you. Like, it's literally like a date rape drink. And sorry for trigger warning. It's a date rape drink. Like, the fuck. And thankfully I went home right after. I was like, oh, a bitch needs to tip to the trade. Because I was like, oh, girl.
You didn't feel like a sick passenger, did you?
Absolutely not. I hold my own.
Okay, great.
But, yeah.
Except for that one time. No.
No, there was one time. Did I ever tell you that story?
The shower.
Oh, that was it. Oh, no. No. That wasn't alcohol. But, that was when I thought I was a rapper. I thought it was 2 Chainz, actually. But no, because it was gas.
You did K2?
No, nigga. 2 Chainz does K2?
No, but if you thought you were 2 Chainz, then
No,
I assumed that you was doing
I was
K2.
smoking gas.
Yeah, that's like when Cat Williams said they have a
yeah,
strain.
like death.
Yeah, no, like nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Let's not call it that.
Yeah. I didn't know what, and I was passed out in Scotty's shower for 2 hours. But,
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
With the new iPhone SE for less than $100 at Metro, you rule. It's the most affordable iPhone on the #1 brand in prepaid. So whether you're studying online or FaceTiming.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, dear. The iPhone SE has all you need. Switch to Metro and get the iPhone SE for $99.99 after rebate redemption and 6 months of service with AutoPay. Metro by T-Mobile. Rule your day. Limit 1 per account/household. Requires port and ID validation. Not valid for numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
no. The last time I got super drunk, I passed out at the Lorimer stop. I got off the train, though. It was after a long boozy brunch with, the homosexuals, because that's what homosexuals do. They do brunch.
Yeah.
And I got off the train because I had to throw up, and I fell asleep.
So, I don't mind telling this story because I didn't do anything incriminating.
Okay.
But did I ever tell you about the time that I woke up in Steve Francis' shower? Fully clothed. Full disclaimer, Steve Francis was not there. And I woke up alone. So, this is so funny. So, I think I was like 18.
This makes it even... Okay.
I think... No, yeah, everything was illegal. Everything.
Sure.
So, I was 18. I was 18 or 19, maybe. I was under 21.
I realize it takes forever for us to get to the show, but go.
My bad.
I don't care.
Y'all know I always got a story in my spirit.
Me too.
So, I was somewhere between 18 and 20. I went to the club with my cousin.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is that time when I asked for E&J.
Oh.
And they pulled out that dusty bottle from way up under the counter at the bottom in the back, and the nigga was giving me complete judgment in his face.
As he should have.
I didn't care. So after we left the club, my cousin was talking to one of Steve Francis' boys who apparently was house sitting for him. So
this is in Texas?
Yeah, because I went to school in Texas. So so she was like, we're gonna go to Steve Francis' house, and I was like, okay, but I do want you to realize that we're getting ready to get on the road in about 4 hours to drive to Atlanta. So just keep that in mind. Mm-hmm. So we did not go straight to Steve Francis' house. We stopped at the strip club. And then after we left the strip club, we went to Steve Francis' house. So they're like, y'all want to go swimming? I was like, well, I'm fully clothed here from the club and didn't bring a bathing suit. And what I won't be doing on this night is stripping butt naked and going swimming with some stranger danger ass niggas.
Yeah.
So they're like, nah, like there's shorts, there's There's tank tops.
At
There's
Steve Francis's house,
like,
who he's
nigga,
not there. Who's not there?
Fully stocked the refrigerator. I saw a wall of sneakers. Like, there was just stuff, but there was like hardly any humans in this home. So I was like, oh, so they had like brand new bathing suits, and not like hoochie suits. They were bathing suits, and I put on some shorts. I was like, well, if a nigga's getting offered some free swimming and there's clothes here, like I don't have to, hoe it up for it or whatever. Like, why not go swimming at 5:00 in the morning? So I went swimming, dived, had a grand time, and then I was like, I need to take a shower. And so my cousin's dude showed me where the shower was, and it had like a seat in it, and I was drunk. I had a night on top of the fact that I was just tired. Like, that's a very full night.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep on the seat in the shower of Steve Francis' house. And that is the time that I fell asleep in Steve Francis' shower.
Okay.
Random story.
Yeah.
Anyway, you can shop our sponsors, Warby Parker, Audible, Target, Uber, and you can also find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Network, Podomatic, and Google Play.
And apparently Lipstick Alley.
They're mentioning us again. They talked about us again. So, yeah, you can find us on all of those forums. Go have a wang dang doodle. And with that being said, let's get the show started.
Cause baby, now we got bad blood. You know it used to be mad love. So take a look what you've done. Cause baby, now we got bad blood. Hey!
Late in the midnight hour on Sunday. You know, my favorite time is the midnight hour because, it's like a nondescript, like, time.
Nigga, you go to bed early.
No need to clock me, bitch. Like,
I'm just saying, you know that I'm fully
I don't
wild.
go to bed that early.
You go to bed early.
What's early? I go to bed at 11. And on the weekends. I go to bed at 11 on the weekend.
Exactly.
And
Much earlier in the week.
Not that. I go to bed at 10.
That's early, nigga. At 10 o'clock, I'm at my peak. I'm cooking dinner.
No, it depends. Sometimes, lately, I've been trying to stay. I've been trying. In summer, I don't sleep as much because it's too fucking hot. But I'll stay at maybe 11 some days. 11:30 if I can. If I try to. My goal every night is to get through at least one episode of Golden Girls. Which I don't understand why they don't just start that at 10 and save it with what you're about to say. Golden Girls is everything.
No, Golden Girls is everything, but I just want you to realize all of this, pieced together, this, you take your shower, you put on your bonnet and your,
my nightgown,
and put on Golden Girls and get into bed. And I'm still cooking dinner. I understand that we're a very late family. We do things very, very late.
That's a New York thing. New Yorkers do everything late.
We are very late people. People are appalled by the hours that we keep.
Yeah.
And we both work in the morning.
Yeah.
It's just...
That's a New Yorker thing.
My child is a late night child.
All the people I know that's who's lived in New York for years, are native New Yorkers. They're all late. That's something I've never grown accustomed to. Even in undergrad, I never stayed up late. I always was I'm going to bed.
You were that roommate.
No, I wasn't. I wouldn't kick niggas out. I would just go to sleep.
Oh, that's real.
Y'all can have a wang dang doodle, because at the time, I could fall asleep through anything.
Oh,
even
okay.
now I can, if I'm tired enough. I fell asleep through WrestleMania.
That's also a New York thing.
I fell asleep through WrestleMania, but we'll get to that one day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So the Kardashians came on like they do every Sunday. And this particular episode was focused on Taylor Swift. And Kimberly was like, I'm tired of this hoe saying shit about my husband. I need to do something about it. So after the episode aired, about maybe like an hour or so after, she decides to go on Snapchat and play and record a recording, which is a video of Kanye West talking to Taylor Swift, where Taylor Swift co-signs like, yeah, like it would be really dope, you know, if you mention me in the song, like it's so super cool, and you know, like I want people to know how sweet you are, and yada yada yada, and you know.
I'd like to pause this moment for just a second.
About how much you and I don't care about this shit?
No, not even. I'm not even going to be that cliche and say that, because you all absolutely know that already.
Yeah.
What I will say is, let's start talking about why there's a video that exists in the first place.
Well, because he records everything.
He records his life in the event that he decides to make a documentary about himself.
Which is so frightening.
And so Kanye.
Yeah.
Like,
Beyonce does that though.
And it's Beyonce. Beyonce also does not have a song on one of her albums called I Love Beyonce. Or I Miss the Old Beyonce, or whatever.
She also doesn't have a song called I Am God featuring God.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to stop there for a second. I just wanted to make sure that we addressed that, and that was quite clear that Kanye definitely records his entire life. And that's that. Continue.
Okay. So basically, you know, Kim Kardashian did her part in taking down white supremacy. And because Taylor Swift represents, like, she's
Remy. She's Remy from Higher Learning. Yeah.
I told you, my only recollection of that movie is that Tyra died, and that's okay because it was Tyra.
That's honest. But you remember how Remy was up on the roof with
the
rifle?
Yes,
mad, just like jumpy, like about to kill some niggas. That is Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
That's Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
But I would just like to go on the record. I said it on Twitter, and I'll say it again, that honestly, Kanye, Kim, Chloe, and Taylor can all go play in traffic.
Yeah.
Niggas went up for Kim. They went up for Kim when she exposed white supremacy.
Yeah, she did.
You know what I'm saying? Where she called it out and put out the facts and the receipts. Which, I mean, alright, yes. So, it's like, the girl definitely sat here and listened to new Kanye in his new accent tell her, yeah, I have this song and I just want to let you know, like, you know, friendship is much more important than punchlines. And I just want, you know, so the line goes, you know, I feel like me and Taylor might still have sex. That's the song. Like, that's the song. And she sat there and she condoned the whole thing. So she definitely lied and got caught in it. And then they started posting, like, her old Instagram pictures where she was like, Kanye sent me flowers, new BFFs. Like, so you ain't fooling nobody, girl. But I'm also not going up for Kim because she did this. Like, I'm not going up for her because she did this. Like, you're still the same in my book, sis. And Chloe, your ass. You know how I feel about you.
Yeah, you know, people really stand for Khlorenthal, and I just really, and I've always said, like, no, she's not the one. Don't be hoodwinked. Don't be bamboozled just because.
Take your sunglasses off.
Exactly.
Take
People
your
is
shades
blind.
off.
People is blind. You got to see people. You got, yeah.
When people show you who they are,
shade them.
Exactly.
And so therefore, Chloe,
Yo went up for her and her cornrows and her new booty and her waist trainers and her, you know, workout pants and all of her niggas, her army of niggas that follow behind her. And my coworkers asked me today, they were like, well, because I said to them what I said to you all. I don't condone her because she'll speak up about every petty thing under the sun and will rock some cornrows, and like I said, look like Jenny circa, velour suits, but she won't say nothing about niggas dying. She won't say anything about it.
Which is crazy because she's mixed.
And then people are like, exactly, your daddy is whole black, like nappy hair and all.
But he also didn't really fuck with niggas, though.
He didn't at all.
Yeah.
All my friends are white.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm not black, I'm OJ.
So yeah, like, yeah, she's half black, and she's got North behind her and Little Saint, and like, her brother and her sister who were all in the tabloids when everything was going down.
Yeah.
And she don't say nothing about black people dying. Yeah. And people are like, well, you can't expect people to, and they're like, well, look, and so my coworkers told me today, they were like, well, look at all the niggas she's dated. Like, have any of them said anything about Black Lives Matter? And I was like, no, they haven't. I was like, Lamar is on drugs, so he got other things going on.
He's also not all the way here. Like, he's here, but like barely.
He's not here.
Yeah.
He's not. Him and Rob are on the same planet.
Well. He died. Jade.
Right. Came back to life.
But then so did Rob.
Right.
Yeah.
Lazarus. So, and then no, I don't expect ugly James Harding to say anything.
No. We don't need that.
We all know that
no one needs that kind of negativity.
Punjabi MC is not getting ready to say nothing because he don't even think he's black.
Adnan.
Right. Like, we already know about Young Pakistan. Like, it's cool. And then I don't remember the other stack of niggas either. But I am holding her accountable because you say everything about everything. So say everything about everything.
Yeah, it's just, I'm always like, why are you apart? Like, like, why? Like, when did you become apart, Chloe?
It's because Chloe has good jokes and she's the fun one and she's super inappropriate, but she's fooling you.
Yeah, I've never been here for Chloe J. I've always been here for Kim and Courtney, but that's just because
you are them.
Yeah, I'm more Courtney because I'm always in my own world and I go to bed early.
We all know you're Courtney.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's been established.
Yeah, it's okay. But yeah,
minus the babies.
Whew, yes, because that's never happening. But yeah, Taylor Swift. I mean, yeah, she got exposed for being a liar. Yeah, she's a scammer. That's cool. But it's the year of the scammer.
Right. She's no
different.
Like, y'all watch Orange is the New Black? Yeah. You know she's Piper.
I also will still bump 1989, but I got it illegally, so therefore I'm not contributing to the problem.
What is that?
Taylor Swift's album. First of all, let me tell you something. Don't blame me. Blame Asante. Because I never saw it for Young Toilet Paper. And I was like, what is this? Exactly. And I was like, what is this? So Tay was like, ooh, bitch, you might need to get into this. And I was like, excuse me? And he was just like, no, just give it a chance. And I did. And low-key, not even low-key, 1989 is a really great album, minus the New York song, because WTF. But you're also looking at somebody who watches Felicity still.
Listen, you and Asante both have a little white girl living inside of each and every one of you. And I've come to accept this, but I just never thought that I would ever hear that you enjoyed. First of all, you named a Taylor Swift album. Like, I can't even name a Taylor Swift song.
You can.
I can't.
If you tried really hard, you could. And don't fake the funk either.
No, I'm being dead ass right now.
You can sing one, though.
No, I can't.
Okay.
I'm so serious.
Okay.
On a Monday, I am waiting.
That is not Taylor Swift. That is someone who married Diana Ross's son.
That is so weird.
Yeah,
that is
weird.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Speaking of Baby Bronx.
Yeah.
So good and so deep,
So, I don't really... You know how, like, sometimes... Remember that one show we had where we had, like, news or we didn't really know where to file it? Mm-hmm. This is that. So
Peter Gunz is having his 147th child.
Yep.
And this one is called Bronx. So, I was with Kid Fury this weekend, and he says to me, so they're going to name that baby Bronx Guns. They are absolutely naming that child Bronx Guns, which you can't really expect much from a nigga who has 2 children named Corey. Like, I still don't understand why I'm the only person who's completely pissed off by this. But you got...
That's his only problem?
No. I didn't say only.
Oh, okay.
I said you can't expect much from a nigga who.
Okay.
Fill in the rest.
Following. Okay.
So,
that's just one of the many possibilities.
Yeah. I mean, we all know Peter Gunz is like the scum of the earth.
Yeah.
He's the rats on the tracks of the train.
Yeah.
Like, he feeds on old Dorito bags and things.
Yeah.
Drinks drops of Mystic that niggas leave in the hallway of the train station. Trying to lick out a little taste of carrot mango.
Yeah.
Peter Gunz is the worst person ever. And now you're naming your child Bronx.
Which is also the worst thing ever. Like, you're naming this child Uptown.
Yeah.
You're naming it literally after the song that kind of made you famous, but the only one song that you know, hold up. What other music has Peter Gunz come out with? I just know of the Uptown Baby. It gets down, baby.
That is the only song that Peter Gunz has come out with.
Really?
Whatever have you? I'm from Soundview.
and he wasn't like really rapping on the song.
No, because the part that I just rapped is not even Peter Gunz.
Corey Gunz is more famous than he is.
Lima Bean. I can't like. He said Lima Bean, like in a song.
No, he was like, Corey Gunz was really dope. Like when I was in college, he did like the Snake remix from Cameron Snake. It was really hot.
Corey Gunz looks like Alvin from Alvin and the Chipmunks.
He looks like a fetus.
And he got busted with a gun in his backpack.
Well,
and your daddy's Peter Gunz.
That's because young people like backpacks.
That's true.
Yeah.
I myself enjoy a nice backpack.
Yeah.
But,
yeah, the Bronx,
See, people like Beyonce can name their child Blue because Blue will never have to work in her little life. In her actually very tall life. She will never ever have to work. Like, as long as she lives, if she does not ever want to have a job, she does not have to have a job.
That's because her mother and father are going to buy her a planet.
Exactly. If they haven't already.
Exactly.
You, Peter Gunz, still work low-key at the White Castle on Fordham Road. Mm-hmm. So you absolutely need to make sure that you name your child something appropriate that can go on a resume. Because they will absolutely have to work.
I do think Bronx is a cute name for a boy, though. If you are rich and not colored.
Ashley Simpson, she named her child Bronx. Bronx Mowgli. I'm not all the way really here for that, but the Bronx part of it is fine. Peter Gunz, you named your child Bronx Guns.
His last name is Panky.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're right. Bronx Panky. That's even
That's
awful.
Worse.
Like Bronx Spanky.
That is worse.
Like Spanx.
What's worse?
Yeah, that's awful.
Being BX or Spanky, BX or Spanky.
And Barack and I were raised with so many of the same values.
You work hard for what you want in life.
You work hard for what you want in life.
That your word is your bond.
That your word is your bond. That you do what you say you're going to do. That you treat people
with respect.
So, the National KKK Convention is this week.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of news coverage on it. So last night was the first night. Or, excuse me, Monday night was the first night. And we saw a couple of speeches. There was Rudy Giuliani, looking like the mother from Coneheads. Mm-hmm. And then there was Chris Christie, being fat. Mm-hmm. God, he is so fat. Like, oh, God. And, you know, I don't fat shame people. I'm trying not to fat shame. You know the story. But, like, he is someone I will never stop fat shaming. Like, he is evil, so the only thing, like, I'm just going to call him fat. Like, that's just what it is.
Say Kelly Price.
Nobody's
ever going to stop talking about the fact that
all her songs are about fries.
Right.
Yeah. But Donald Trump's wife, Melania, came out and gave a pretty nice speech about her husband, Donald. You know, she said that they were married for 18 years, which is interesting because he's only been divorced 17 years from his last wife. And she said some nice words and things about him. The only issue is, we've heard all those words before. In 2008, when Michelle Obama said those wonderful, beautiful things about her husband,
Barack
Obama, presidential hopeful at the time. So, she plagiarized some shit. Like, and if you do it side by side, it's the same thing.
It's the same
It's
speech.
even worse if you read the transcript. Because it's just like, oh, you just open up you just press F7 in Microsoft Word.
Oh, that's exactly what she did.
And just was like, let me just use this thesaurus right quick.
Control V.
Yep. So, you know, clearly it went to social media, and, you know, there was a famous hashtag called Famous Melania Quotes. So, you know, that was fun. So you can always go on the blogs and find those. But what I want to say is that, did you watch her a little bit?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I don't think...
Can she vote?
That was going to be my first question. Second of all, is she like a victim of like human trafficking? And I don't want to say it out loud just in case like I'm offending people, so I'm whispering it. But like I don't think she's okay. Like, you know what I mean?
Nah.
Like I wanted her to like blink once. We'll come get you.
I feel like I absolutely saw her in Taken.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, I don't... yeah. Because she's so, like, not here. Like, she's so vacant. Which makes me wonder, like, oh, this was, like, this was your ticket out.
What was your favorite meme?
Oh, I'm going to be... I haven't even seen the meme, but I can tell you, like, the famous quote things that was funny.
Okay, I probably saw it, but
I thought mine were the funniest, but whatever.
My favorite was when she was sitting in an interview in the picture, and they had the quote saying, "Melania in West Philadelphia, born and raised." To be honest, where I spent most of my days.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, but I just, since we're going to say that she wrote, most of things. So here's a couple things that Melania wrote that we weren't sure of, and now that we know, it's been confirmed as of today. Melania Trump wrote You God's Verse in Triumph. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. She also wrote the Gettysburg Address.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Proclamation.
Yeah, she wrote that. She penned that.
For independence.
Yeah, she did that. She also co-wrote Lemonade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
Like, she has a production credit on every song.
I feel like she co-wrote Why the Caged Bird Sings.
Yeah, she did.
And
like, lastly, like, she definitely was a heavy influence in Iyanla Vanzant's One Day My Soul Just Opened Up. Because the part where Iyanla talks about she just unhooked her bra and cried, that was all Melania.
Oh, and I definitely saw her on the cover of Rolling Stone, Hear My Cry.
Yep. Yeah.
That you read in school, I'm sure.
Yeah. Zora who? No.
She was one of the sisters in Mufara's Beautiful Daughters.
Yeah. So, just to let you know, drop some science on you.
And the entire Dr. Seuss line.
Yeah. And the I Have a Dream speech.
Yep.
Now it's time for Cocktail of the Week.
So today we're going to do an adult pink lemonade. In your shaker, you'll need to put fresh ice, 2 ounces of vodka, 1 ounce of Chambord, 1 ounce of simple syrup, the juice of a whole lemon, and a couple sprigs of thyme. Shake well and strain into a Collins glass with fresh ice. Garnish with a fresh sprig of thyme. Listen to Jade and XD every week for more cocktails and drink tips.
That's right. I know y'all already noticed that I'm a big bitch, though. That's right. 6 feet tall, 6 feet, nigga. Big bitch in the house. That's right. And I got some big ass feet. That's right. I got some big ass feet. I wear size 12. Yeah. In men's.
Leslie Jones is in the news this week. She's in Ghostbusters, the movie, doing an amazing job. Killing it at the box office. It's out now, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's gotten rave reviews. So she went on Twitter and she began to retweet all the racist trolls.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
With the new iPhone SE for less than $100 at Metro, you rule. It's the most affordable iPhone on the #1 brand in prepaid. So whether you're studying online or FaceTiming.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, dear.
The iPhone SE has all you need. Switch to Metro and get the iPhone SE for $99.99 after rebate redemption and 6 months of service with AutoPay. Metro by T-Mobile. Rule your day. Limit 1 per account/household. Requires port and ID validation. Not valid for numbers currently on the T-Mobile network or active on Metro in past 90 days. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
Attacking her. Saying, called her all sorts of jigaboos and a whole bunch of horrible, evil things, and and she retweeted all of them. And then she deleted her account because she was discouraged. Like, these are people's, fathers and mothers. Like, these are, people who are saying this to me, teaching our children this. And, of course, Twitter doesn't do anything about it. Because, of course, they're not attacking a white woman.
Right.
And what bothers me is the fact that, for years, Twitter has had this problem with harassment. People say off-the-wall crazy shit all the time to women, especially people of color, black women, black men, black gays. But things don't ever get done until they are rich and white. And what the problem is the fact that they have Twitter heads like Jack, and I forget the other one, have aligned themselves to certain activists, Duray in particular. And they have these open dialogues and summits and conversations with him. In front of the public, they talk about diversity in tech and yada, 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 which there seems not to be happening, right? Mm-hmm. But and if you're aligning yourself with this Black Lives Matter stuff, it all seems like a fallacy because you don't really care that Black Lives Matter. You only really care when there's like people dying.
But your actions are showing that on an everyday basis. It doesn't really mean anything to you.
Exactly. So it's like, it's hard for me to say. It's like, you know how you're always conflicted with like being a part of the revolution but also having bills to pay? Mm-hmm. It's like, Twitter is awful. It's fucked up. Like, I don't want to be a part of the community anymore. Because of the fact, like, I'm contributing to this problem. Mm-hmm. Like, yeah, I could block trolls and spam them and yada, yada, yada. But they could get a whole new account. Like, nothing is blocking their IP address, which Twitter has the capacity to do. It's 2016. You could build a house from your iPhone at this point.
Pretty much.
But it's just like I need Twitter because it helps me with this stuff. But it's just like I don't, and like yeah, I connect with people and stuff. But it's just like that's totally fucked up. Like I don't.
It's wrong. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's it's infuriating. But at this point, I think I've gotten to the point where I'm like, so many people are not caring about Black people that if I sat here and focused on every one of them, I would drive myself crazy. But it's not right. Like, if they need to do something about it.
Yeah, like, you can't say Black Lives Matter if you're not focused on the ones that are still alive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like...
Especially if people are saying awful and horrible things. Now, sometimes you just can't control it. I mean, people are going to say negative things no matter what. You know, and I'm not... That's not me condoning... That's not me... I'm saying this in general. You got niggas who are going to listen to you and say... Or you got people who listen to this show just so they can go and talk shit about it. Like, that exists. Yeah. And so when you have a platform like that and you have all of these stupid idiots out in this world, idiots who think the things that Donald Trump says are actually gold. Like, when you have people out in the world like that, you know that you're going to get that all of the time. And it doesn't make it right, but they've got to try to do something about it. Because you'll do something about everything else. I bet they shut down a whole rack of niggas who went at Taylor Swift. I'm sure they did. Mm-hmm. And yet people can threaten this woman's life and say all kinds of horrible, like, things, like inhumane things to this Black woman, and you all are not going to do nothing about it to the point where she shuts her own account down. Mm-hmm. Because she doesn't want to see it anymore. Mm-hmm. So.
We gotta do something. I don't know what, but... Yeah.
Trends ain't goes up from down south. Trends ain't goes up from down south. Trends ain't goes up from down south. Down south. Down south. Shawty from down south with them golds in his mouth. Shawty from down south with them golds in his mouth. Trends ain't goes up from down south. Trends ain't goes up from down south. Trends ain't goes up from down south. Down south. Down south. Shawty from down south with them golds in his mouth. Shawty from down south with them golds in his mouth.
So I feel like we might have said it in the past that Walker and Tammy were separating. But apparently they're starting to reconcile.
That's awful.
Allegedly. So they periscoped the other day.
Oh, even more awful news.
And they were just having a little banter back and forth. But it was in that conversation that you realized that Waka Flocka is so misogynistic, it's ridiculous. He basically, she said, you're not people's favorite, basically because of how he's treated her. And people have gone up for her because she's been a good woman to him. And this nigga says they only know you because of me. Which brings up the discussion, why do you deal with a nigga like that? And it's not just Tammy, it's so many women like that who deal with men who say very disrespectful things to them.
Do you want the sociological answer or do you want like the real nigga answer?
Give me both.
Sociological answer is that society conditions people to think that marriage and love is key. Like there's like a cycle that people go through, right? You're born, you go to school, you go to college, maybe or something or whatever. You get married, you have kids, you have grandkids, then you die, right? That's essentially I'm truncating it.
Right.
Some people are like, this is what you're supposed to do. Like families teach that, like, you're supposed to get married, you're supposed to get a good man and keep him happy at all costs. And this whole idea called the Cinderella complex. Like you do what you need to do to keep your man because your prince is gonna come and then you keep him and yada 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 yada. Right? Real nigga answer is that sometimes people are in relationships just because they want the effect is like they like having
somebody.
A nigga.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I mean? Like having a nigga might be so platinum in her like social circles. Like, yeah, I'm married, yada yada yada. They'll do anything to keep him, regardless of how raggedy they are and how much they disrespect them. There was an episode on Golden Girls about this when Blanche's daughter came back from Paris and she gained a whole bunch of weight and she got this nigga who like totally disrespected her and she was like severely verbally abusive to her. And all the rest of the girls was like, bitch, you don't need that. And then Blanche finally fessed up and was like, girl, leave him. And her daughter was like, you don't know my relationship. Like, he's the only nigga like for me and who will like me for who I am and yada, yada, yada. And yeah, it could be a self-esteem issue. But like, also like people are just with them because they're lonely, or they stay in relationships because they want to prove niggas wrong. Whitney said that in the Oprah interview, how she was like, I'm committed to this shit because I didn't want to fail. So many people were hoping for us to fail.
I get it.
Which means then which also brings me to the point that people don't really love the niggas that they just allegedly in love with.
Well, here's the thing, and I have said this before. The problem that I see with a lot of people is that they fall in love with a person and they do truly love that person, but they also fall in love with the potential of a person. And potential ain't shit without actions. Mm-hmm. So a nigga can have potential all day, but if he is not living up to that, then that potential don't mean anything.
Falling in love with potential will leave you heartbroken and broke.
Sure will, because you're constantly hoping for the best, because you see the best within that person, but they just refuse to show it. They refuse to put forth those actions to prove that potential, to bring that to fruition. Mm-hmm. So stop falling in love with the potential of these niggas or sticking around because you see how they can become a better nigga, but they're just not showing you that they want to be a better human being and they want to be a better man for you or a better woman for you, because there are men who deal with it too, or whether it be in a homosexual relationship, whatever. Just stop falling in love with the potential of people if they're not showing you that they're going to do better.
Yeah.
And Tammy is a beautiful girl.
Absolutely.
She's a beautiful girl. Gorgeous. And she seems to have a pretty relatively good head on her shoulders outside of this situation here. Because but you could see all in her face where she was just like, why is he talking right now? Yeah. But I don't want her to stick in a relationship with a man who says things to her like, they only know you because of me. Why would you even say that? Why would you even bring her down to that level? What would even... Why? Respect her enough to not say things like that, because now she is important. Now people do know who she is.
Right.
And she's your wife. If anything else, have some respect. Raggedy ass nigga. I can't hide what I feel inside. Boy, it's killing me, baby. So why can't they see that I can't hide what I feel inside?
Kelly Price. This might have
She's
been
always fun.
This might have been my favorite story of the week, actually. Kelly Price performed at a gospel fest the other day. And at the request of one of the patrons of the fest, she decided to perform outside of the gospel songs that she performed. She decided to perform Shirley Murdoch's As We Lay. So she received some flack about it, saying how that was inappropriate of a song to sing at a gospel fest. And she clapped back on, at a press conference.
Oh, was it on Instagram?
Yep. And said there's church bigots and that, people are being judgmental. And she explained herself in her, in her tone, because she always has the same tone, like angry alto. But anywho, yeah. I don't see anything wrong with performing As We Lay at church. Because here's the thing.
It's not about the Lord. That song is about fornication and adultery.
Which happens in the church. It happened in the Bible.
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
Niggas got niggas killed.
I don't see what happened.
Just so they could have their woman.
I don't see what the problem is. People showed up. They were changed. They didn't they didn't leave the same. I don't understand why this is a problem.
You felt emotion.
Exactly. You felt something. That's the whole point of church.
Whether it be anger.
You felt something. Something was birthing inside of you. You became pregnant with something.
That's what's supposed to happen.
Exactly. So I don't understand what the problem is. Like, Mary songs are about, promethazine and shit.
Yeah.
And, bagging dope. You know what I mean? Ty Tribbett is just Elephant Man with a condom.
Pretty much.
Oh, you know what I mean?
And Kirk Franklin's addicted to porn.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So, why not? And she didn't have to hold the press conference at the Waffle House.
Should. I mean, where else would she be?
Right, I know.
Yeah. And As We Lay, her version is about Wendy's anyway, so I don't really understand why there's really a problem.
Yeah. It's about a spicy chicken.
Yeah.
No mayo. Side of spicy nuggets. A small chili. A large fry.
And a Frosty.
Yeah. And a green tea lemonade.
Yeah. To go.
Tropical green tea, excuse me, to wash it down.
To go.
Yeah.
To eat in the car.
Side of sweet and sour.
Yeah.
And some extra packets of ketchup.
Yeah.
We should have counted up the cost.
But instead we got lost in the minute, in the second, in the hour.
That's about getting lost in the light of the menu.
Yeah.
Do I want the number 6 or the number 2? I'll have them both. And a Frosty. And a tropical green tea to wash it down. Please make sure you give me fresh fries, a side of sweet and sour.
I have no problem shading Kelly Price because she's mean. She is so mean. So therefore, I'll say whatever the fuck I want about Kelly Price. She is so mean and so rude.
Yeah, people like that, they just get it.
Yeah, she's an angry alto. It's fine. That's the show.
Oh.
Yeah.
That was quick.
It was.
Well.
You know, that's my favorite part of Jada NXT is the end.
You and everybody else.
Yeah. Niggas
don't like us who listen to this show. Niggas listen to the show just so they can hate on it.
But no. Thank you for listening, guys and gals.
Whatever your intentions may be.
Yeah. Is there anything else that I'm missing?
I'm feeling something in my spirit.
Shippy-doo-wop,
that's unsettling.
I wanna put you, shippy-doo-wop, doo-doo-wop, I wanna love you, love.
Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Okie dokie, artichoke. Stay tuned because I'm going to reopen my XD Experience internship program. Starting in September.
All right.
I guess I can announce it now, too, that I am stepping down as the editor-in-chief of Soul.
Okay.
Yeah. So
free up some time.
Yeah. I mean, I've been with them for a year, and so it's time for me to take my talents and some elsewhere. They're growing and they don't need me anymore. So
I have something on my spirit quickly.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say this one thing and then I'm never going to address this again.
Okay. It's your world. I'm just living in it. I'll be quiet.
When we said to like us and rate us 5 stars on iTunes, we meant that. That's what, that's what continues the show. That's what pays the bills. In addition to you all shopping the sponsors. But when we said we're never going to ask you all for money, we meant that as well. What we were not doing was shading other podcasts. So any specific podcast that has been mentioned that you all are thinking we were referring to and saying that we will never ask you for money, you were wrong. And again, I'm never going to address it again, but I'm going to make that very clear. So you can assume anything you want about anything else. I could honestly care less, but I'm going to make sure that I make that clear. Anyway, have a great week. We'll see you all next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
The days are getting shorter, and you can feel it in the air. Yes, it's that time of year. Pumpkin is finally back at Dunkin'. It's the cozy you've been craving all summer long, now in your cup at Dunkin'. Pick up all of your pumpkin favorites, like the signature pumpkin spice iced latte, or a pumpkin iced coffee, and bakery items like pumpkin donuts and muffins. Sip into something comfortable to celebrate the start of cozy season. Use the Dunkin' app for contactless ordering. America runs on Dunkin'.
Okay, so work's done and you're craving something spicy and salty. I know. What I do is snack on Blue Diamond wasabi and soy sauce flavored almonds. They're so good, and almonds are a superfood. Don't deny your cravings. Eat them. Blue Diamond almonds. Crave victoriously.